My whole life has just been a string of people telling me what to do and me doing what I wanted to do. Man, I remember growing up and my parents, I remember yelling blue in the face back and forth, them yelling like, Matt, you gotta study, you gotta like, I'd be in the driveway shooting basketballs until like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, you know, and they'd be like, Matt, you gotta study, you need to get the Georgia Hope Scholarship, you gotta get your GPA up so you can like get into schools. And I'm like, I'm gonna get a full ride basketball scholarship. I don't need to study, I got this, don't worry. Just yelling back and forth. And then I got it. I got the full ride. And they were like, oh, yeah. I was like, see, I needed to do what I needed to do. And then with the music, you know, I had people tell me like, yo, why are you gonna, because I had hurt my eye, and so I could have gone back to playing, but I was like, I just need to focus on the music because that's what I'm passionate in. And I remember people being like, yo, and a lot of them didn't say it to my face, but I had people that tell me, like, people being like, yo, why is he giving up a full like ride, like to focus on music, to be a rapper? Now, I mean, you can't say shit, you know, like now I'm doing my thing, and it's like everyone's at a different level of what they're doing, but I'm doing it, you know, I'm making money, I'm making money, like doing what I love to do. And it's never about the money, but it's the fact that you get to do it for a living, you know, and anybody that gets to do what they love for a living, that's really living to me. Like if you're just going through the motions, what's the point? That's my vision on it. And so I've just had moments in my life where I was like, I remember sitting there watching my teammates practicing and waiting for my eye to like fully heal. And I remember sitting there and I was like, bro, fuck this shit. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Atlanta. I'm gonna get in my fucking bag and I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna make it happen. And I think honestly, anybody that's watching this, they need to realize if you tell yourself and you look yourself in the eye and you can really be real with yourself, because there's a lot of people who can't do that. There's a lot of people who can't look at themselves and just stare at themselves dead in the eye and say, I'm gonna make this fucking happen and nobody is gonna get in my way. Something that unbelievably legendary artist Gilbert Young told me. He's like 73 years old, phenomenal painter. I go over with him and he gives me a lot of wisdom. I remember telling him, I was like, bro, nobody's gonna get in my way. And he said, you know what, Matt? No matter what anybody tries to do, the only person that can get in your way is you. And so for me, it was like, yeah, you're right. Because no one's out here, like, people can hate on what you're doing. People can, like, talk shit about what you're doing. But at the end of the day, if they're talking about you, you're doing something right. You just gotta, like, lock in and just say, fuck it. Like, your whole life should be a fuck it moment. Like, every single day you wake up, say, I'm gonna do what I wanna do today. You know? And I think one thing I always tell people, I want to say this. I've had people and friends go like, Matt, you're so lucky that you have this like dream that you can like do every day, that, you know, you get to do what you love. Like, I wish I had something like that. And I'm like, but you don't need to want to be a famous movie star or a rapper or an astronaut or the president to have this huge dream. You know, I told them, like, what do you want to do? And they're like, well, I don't really know. I'm like, no, what do you want to do today? Like, what do you want to do right this moment? And they're like, I don't know, like maybe go to the park, you know? And it's like, okay, you want to go to the park right now? Maybe just by going there, you discovered like you loved looking at like the scenery. Now you want to be a photographer. Or you loved looking at like how the animals interacted with each other. Now you want to be like, you know, a vet. Or you had like, you decided to go to like this sandwich shop you've been wanting to go to all year, but you didn't have the time. You went and then you realized, oh my gosh, I want to travel the world, like trying food, set up my own restaurant. And I think it's baby steps. The reason I know what I want to do in my grand scheme of my life is because I knew what I wanted to do day to day, moment by moment, and I just went after it. You know what I'm saying?
We have to learn the system. It's a game. And unfortunately, we have to play that game. We got to play that game the best if we want things to actually happen. That's why you had niggas like Obama sitting up endorsing Hillary Clinton so hard, because we were supposed to fight for our country and we didn't. So now I'm like, we got to figure out what you really want to fight for in life.
But yeah, just growing up in Connecticut as it is just was super, it just made you want to create and want to do interesting things, because there wasn't that much interesting things. Like, it has a bunch of beautiful aspects, but nothing too like exciting or anything like LA. So when I finally got to LA, it's like, this shit's crazy now, yeah.
Does it really matter if people hate you? I mean, my mom hates Bob Dylan, that's enough said. I don't understand that. I don't understand how anyone could hate Bob Dylan, but some people don't. Ritz hates the Rolling Stones. How do you hate the Rolling Stones?
Ever since I was young, I've always been super comfortable expressing myself through my hair, through my clothes, through songs, all of that. I used to sing as long as I can remember. I used to sing in middle school. I used to get picked fun